Good morning. My name is Ruth, and many of you know me. I've been a member of St James's for many years. I'd like to share with you today about my involvement with charity work from a personal perspective. Many of you know I'm preparing to travel to Uganda in July, but before I talk about the trip, I want to begin much earlier because I feel that the journey for me didn't start with ACTS or even with becoming a trustee. It began when I was very young. So I've always had a sense of adventure, and on reflection, I believe this is a God-given gift. My mum will tell you I was a child who happily stayed at playgroup even before I could walk. I've always loved being part of something, exploring, discovering, and stepping into something new. With brownies, yes, that is me. I still remember eagerly packing my little brown suitcase for my first night away, organised by Ivy Jackson, who I'm sat next to today. Then Sunday school, explorer camps run by Mike and Jackie Gillingham, and that is a picture, and I'm on that picture somewhere, with some equally baggy jeans, I think. Anywhere there was a tent, a challenge, or a chance to try something new, I was there. And then as I got older, this church helped shape that sense of adventure into something deeper. Martin and Jenny encouraged us in youth group and helped create weekends away for other young children. And when it was time for me to spread my wings, this church sent me out with Time for God, and I spent a year volunteering at Greenwoods, which is in Essex, and it doesn't always snow in Essex. It just happened to when I was there. Later, I travelled to America for 2 months to support a camp for children from New York with disabilities. So looking back, it feels like my life has gone full circle. All those early adventures, serving, learning and stepping out, have led me to support this charity and other work as I undertake. My connection to ACTS, Alleviate, and this upcoming trip to Uganda isn't random. It's something the Spirit has been planning in me since childhood, a gift, a calling, and a thread running through my life. But I want to be honest. The last few years as a trustee, fundraiser, organiser, and everything else have stretched me in ways I didn't expect. I've often found myself praying for the fruits of the Spirit, not in a gentle, poetic way, but in a very real, practical way. Lord, give me patience when trustees are running through complicated, detailed decisions. Give me kindness when I'm tired and trying to respond well. Give me self-control when the fundraising spreadsheet won't balance. I sometimes wonder if Mum had a hand in placing the patience banner. It's near where we sit. These fruits aren't abstract ideas, they're the gifts that carry us through the challenges of leadership, the weight of responsibilities, and the moments when we quietly wonder, am I the right person for this role? Yet again and again, God has reminded me, I gave you this spirit of adventure for a reason, keep going. So why Uganda? Why Uganda and why now? So when the opportunity came to return to Uganda to visit the community we've supported for years, to meet families, to see the work firsthand, it felt like God was weaving all the threads together. The child who loved adventure, the young adult who served in camps and communities, and the trustee who has prayed for patience for more times than she can count. All of that has led me here. This trip is an adventure, yes, but it's also obedience, it's listening to the Spirit, and it's stepping into something God has been preparing and guiding me towards. So I'd like to share with you a story of Angela that reflects the work we're supporting. Angela was born with hydrocephalus. Through ACTS, her mother was able to take her to a specialist clinic where she had surgery and a shunt fitted. And after that, she made incredible progress. She learned to walk, to talk, and she began school. But about a month ago, or 6 weeks, Angela and her mother were evicted from their rented home because other tenants complained about living near a disabled child. Can you imagine that? So her uncle offered a small piece of land. With help from neighbours, she built a shack. It's got incomplete walls and a roof that doesn't meet the edges. There's no toilet and it's far from school. Angela's health has declined and she can't attend school anymore. So at a recent trustees meeting, we agreed to fund practical arrangements. So the digging out of a drop hole toilet, a new roof, mosquito nets. These are all small but life-changing support, and that costs £598. So thanks to the generosity in donations and fundraisings, we were able to provide this alongside our ongoing support of Alleviate's work. When I go to Uganda, part of my role will be to see families like Angela's, to listen, to understand and to support the work the team are undertaking there, developing the charity work, growing the relationship, compassion lived out. So what I'm hoping for, I'm going with open hands and an open heart. I don't know exactly what God will show me, but I'm trusting that He will use this trip to deepen my faith, broaden my perspective, and strengthen the connection between our church and the community in Luwero, alongside the work of Alleviate under Emmanuel's leadership. I'd really value your prayers for safety, for wisdom, for health, and for the whole team going. Before I finish, I want to thank you for all of your support with fundraisers. The recent quiz night in February raised £780 and the coffee morning and plant sale raised £1,040. We receive £280 per month in regular giving, which goes some way to fulfil our grant of £1,000 per month for the centre running costs. So we thank you for your support with that. But I've been supporting a colleague, Bronwyn, who is coming to Uganda this year. She's in her 20s, and this is a big step for her. Perhaps she's a little less adventurous than me, than I was at her age. And we've been working together on fundraising, and one of the efforts is this She Could event. It's a space for women to gather, be encouraged, inspired, and to support the work in Uganda, particularly families like Angela's. I'll be honest, where I've grown in faith and confidence over the years, Bronwyn is naturally a bit worried and often says, what if no one comes? So if you're free, even for part of the day, please do come along. It's a wonderful opportunity to be a witness to Bronwyn's, to show what faith, community and fellowship really look like, and to encourage her as she steps out on this journey. If you'd like to come, bring a friend or find out more, I'll be around at the end of the service. Thank you for listening.